City Council District 3, covering much of West and Southwest Charlotte. She joins us to talk about the plan and her upcoming town hall meeting for people in her district. Now, the Unified Development Ordinance is taking effect as this month begins. Let's start here. What is the UDO for people that don't know?
The UDO is the regulatory part of last year's COP 2040 plan. So the comprehensive 2040 plan set out the vision for Charlotte and how we want to grow, and the Unified Development Ordinance are the regulations that support that policy.
All right, Councilwoman, we'll get right to it. Obviously, the big talk was about the ordinances in terms of single-family homes and allowing duplexes, triplexes there. People are worried that developers are going to come in there, buy up land in their neighborhood, and these duplexes, triplexes are going to pop up. What do you have to say to your constituents that are worried about this?
The first thing I have to say is I'm sorry. This has been a long discussion, and it's been a very heated and controversial debate. And it's clear across the city that most people do not want to lose the character of their neighborhood. And at this point, it's baked into the UDO. Yes, it is a living document, but it's going to require strong advocacy from the residents to tell us, your representatives, what it is you want and what you want to see. When you look at the big picture of things, the overall goal is to increase affordability. We've got about 400,000 people coming to our city in the next couple of decades. And so that's a huge amount. We've got to figure out how we're going to accommodate that. Unfortunately, the reality of the situation is that we don't have the space. But here's the kicker. About 2/3 of those properties are actually held within private HOAs. And those private contracts and covenants govern over and supersede the UDO. What that means is only 33% of the lots are actually even available for increased density. Now, those lots are in neighborhoods that don't have HOAs. And if you look at the map, often are the neighborhoods that are in the Crescent. And we know that the Crescent are historically Black neighborhoods that have been disinvested in throughout the history of the city. So what you end up with then is a recipe for increased and accelerated gentrification right in the areas that we are currently trying to prevent displacement. So when you look at this particular portion of the UDO overall, it presents a problem because what we'd like to see, affordable housing, come out of this just doesn't match when you really look at the numbers. The math ain't mathing, as they say.
And we said the UDO, as we know, is a living document. It talks about mass transit and getting better with it. But how do we actually get better? Because, I mean, let's call a spade right now. The way mass transit is right now in Charlotte isn't cutting it.
Exactly right. And that's the key. I'll go back to, again, regionalism. Mass transit is attractive for commuters. Why? Because of the way our transit system is set up. Most people, particularly those that have more than one stop to make, say you're dropping your kid off or you need to run to the pharmacy before work, you don't live along a transit line that will allow you to do that. Take Still Creek, for instance, or Far East Charlotte. The roads are often crowded because of commuter traffic that are coming across our county lines. So we really want to have a realistic mass transit system that is valuable to people who would use it. We've got to talk to our surrounding counties. That's also going to make it more attractive, frankly, for us to be able to go to Raleigh and negotiate for the ability to increase taxes in order to have a special transit tax. But right now, we've got a system that's not as reliable as we'd like it to be, that doesn't go the places that most of our residents need it to go. And frankly, we're asking them to pay for a system that they likely will not see the benefit of. So we've got some work to do from a regional perspective about what our transit needs to look like.
Speaking of work to do there, obviously your town hall falling on Saturday. It's also National Gun Violence Awareness Day. And that's another problem that we have to tackle as Charlotteans there. The gun violence problem here. What are some alternatives to violence? Because we have programs in place to kind of get to the root of the problem. It's not just policing it, but making sure that they don't even end up in a position where gun violence is something that happens to these younger Charlotteans. What type of alternatives do we have on plan?
Sure. So you mentioned alternatives to violence, and that is actually a specific program at the city that is focused on violence interruption in the community. And that's where it begins, which is why it's so critical that we ensure that our neighborhoods are connected and are empowered so that our residents can work together to protect their communities. When you talk about alternatives to violence programs specifically, we have seen gains in our pilot at Babysport Road, and we're expanding to Nations Ford and Arrowwood, as well as Weston Remount. And that is really focused on reaching our youth where they are so that we can interrupt the cycle of retaliatory violence. Broader than that, we've got to invest in, and I'm very excited to welcome Danielle Frazier to the city of Charlotte because she's going to be leading up our new workforce development efforts. We want to make sure that people who want to work are skilled to work and have jobs to work and connect them to our companies that are hiring. Those are two of the key pieces that are going to be required to address our violent crime issue.
Well, Councilwoman, obviously, it's not just talking about it, it's being about it. And tomorrow, you have a chance to do that. Saturday, June 3rd, that town hall there. We'll have the information on our website, qcnews.com, so you can participate. It is free. There's the information right there, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Councilwoman, thank you so much for taking the time out of your morning to join us on the show.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure. I hope to see y'all Saturday.